If you go through history, artists has always been at the cutting edge of moving culture forward. If Indianapolis is going to continue to excel, it's going to be on the back of the artists.
Seeing so much black art and creativity, like, it warms my soul. And then just to like see this community come together in Indianapolis is dope.
Because black artists make up art. I mean, we are art. So to have a platform to elevate each other and to lift each other up and encourage people to keep going, to keep creating is beyond important.
Gang Gang is a cultural development firm and creative agency whose mission is to produce, promote, and preserve culture in cities. Our work is centered on the creative economy and finding ways to augment, uplift, elevate, and improve the viability and the impact that creatives and cultural entrepreneurs bring to cities. Butter is Gang Gang's first signature event.
Butter has changed artists' lives. Gang Gang brought creatives, artists, people of culture together in the name of the arts to change communities. Thank you for being on the forefront of a new renaissance, of a new art fair in the Midwest that celebrates the incredible creative minds of black artists.
I can't remember being this excited for a conversation. So thank you so much to Molly and Alan for being here. We're going to unpack Gang Gang. We're going to unpack culture in Indy. We're going to unpack a lot of things. But let me just say, as a citizen, before we get going, thank you. Thank you to both of you for the work that you're doing, the work that you've done, the work you will do. It's really impactful. It's really meaningful. And I'm excited for you to be able to share your story tonight and really talk about, so how did we get here?
I remember that the world stopped. Like, everything stopped. Like, we weren't allowed to touch, we weren't allowed to go outside, and then, you know, we all watched a murder on television.
For sure.
Like, it was like, oh my gosh, like, we all know racism is here now suddenly. And the phone started ringing here locally. Like, people were calling us and saying, what should happen? We're like, what should happen?
And then you find yourself in this juxtaposition where it's, you know, you're getting all these questions fired at you as far as like, what's next? I mean, what does equity look like? How do we manifest a more inclusive city? Just all these questions until we just asked ourselves one day, like what would we actually do in this moment? And that was more or less the impetus of Gang Gang. So if everything in 2020 was about what separates people from the pandemic to just the racial and social, you know, justice issues that this country has, you know, it's culture that brings people together. So we decided to, you know, laser focus on culture and art and fashion and music and food and storytelling as a way to bring people together where we can experience that humanistic quality of connectivity, which is really highlighted through art. And that was our response. That's what we would do in that moment, and that's where Gang Gang was born.
I met Molly and Alan together in the art space at the Black Lives Matter mural. And there was a call out to paint Black Lives Matter on Indiana Avenue, and I was one of those artists. And so then after that, myself and 17 other people formed a collective, and Gang Gang was like creative directing what we were doing. So it was just like this from the very beginning of Gang Gang, and there was an 18 art collective, and so we just started doing things together.
And we were there for each other's beginning. The 18 was around and helped with what is Gang Gang, and we were around for the beginning of the 18. And so there was a family built. There was a support system in place right from the beginning.
I think after seeing a couple local shows, you know, featuring the 18 specifically, Melina was like, I can do this better. I can do this justice. I can put this in the context that it deserves. And, you know, we're also thinking about the dichotomy between value and worth. So there's usually an agreement when it comes to the value. People understand, okay, this is a really dope painting, right? But just the worth is a cost associated to that value. And at times, just the Black experience in America, you see that dichotomy of value here and worth down here. So one of the things that we wanted to do with Butter was to present the works in an elevated fashion where that dichotomy doesn't exist.
When we first got introduced to this room in the Stutz building, one, I've been in the Stutz building more times than I can count, right? Many people have if you've grown up in Indianapolis, but I've never been in this space, and I don't think most people have been in this space because it was the storage room of the previous owner. And so it was full of really awesome, not junk, but really awesome findings and leftovers, right? There were cars in here, there were church pews in here, there were very tall lighting structures in here, there was a giant disco ball, artwork. This room was full of stuff.
It made it a little hard to visualize, what it could be. But as we started working towards our plan, working towards the level of elevation that we wanted to execute for this event, it started to come together. And, so now the room is cleared out. We have these massive, gallery wall styled walls in the space, and it's looking, more and more like Butter every day.
Yeah. Raising the Tobagos, we growing like fresh tomatoes. Them boys on fire, too fuego. We pass it round, hot potato. Everything is nuevo. I'm with my sweetie like Quavo. Need my cheese, need that queso. Need my bread, need that bankroll. Wake up, yes, Lord, I'm thankful. Another day on my schedule. Steady blocking the devil. I tell a hater, God bless you. Cherish moments that special. You gotta keep the memento. If you love me, then I love you, and I could never forget you. Some memories don't fade. Sometimes you miss the old days, but nothing change unless you change what's around you, how you think, how you live, how you speak, how you walk, how you blink, how you talk, how you teach, how you reach, let it sink. What's your purpose? What's your passion? Did it pain? What's your plan? Is it play? Wanna play? How'd you play? I'm just playing.
Yeah, it's been a crazy journey, and we've been honestly making it hard for Molly and Alan every year. We give them a new space, a new platform to operate and build and create a whole different universe for people to experience art.
The thing that I enjoy is like trying to unlock the puzzle from a technical perspective. Like, okay, we're in this new space this year. What do we have to do to make this work, right?
They've taken an old warehouse, multiple levels, multiple different areas, and every single year they do not fail to create an environment that people are in awe of.
Last year was over the top, and this year is topping that.
I mean, I think this is a great event. I mean, I had never heard of anything like this.
There's energy, good energy here.
Everybody is welcome. Like, all cultures, everybody is just like, it's a vibe.
The talent and the community here is unparalleled. It's incredible.
It's really a whole experience. You're going to enjoy yourself. Everybody's beautiful. The artwork's beautiful. The vibe is up there, so you need to come.
Make sure you come next year. You're missing out.
Butter is not just a unique thing to Indianapolis, but it's a unique art fair in general. When we got in the Uber this morning, the first thing he said was, "Ready for Basel?" So I'm just imagining, people getting in their Ubers in Indianapolis next year and them saying, "Ready for Butter?" Right? So we're doing this not just to provide maybe something that was missing in the city, but to provide a new model for visual art and art fairs and events like this all together.
From a art world perspective, Butter is different because it gives all of the proceeds that are made through artwork sales to the artists.
We want to elevate the exhibition and sales opportunities for artists in town. We want to build a context that meets and exceeds the quality of the work that artists here are producing, but don't have great spaces and great contexts to celebrate in. And we want to try to sell all the work and give 100% of the proceeds back to the artists. And I just felt like if there was any way that could work, I wanted to be part of it.
I think it's easy for, like, at the surface to show that Butter focuses on just art. But when you look, you look under the hood and see all that's going on underneath, I don't even know if it's specific to art. I think it's just specific to be creative and creativity. Like,
we're paying people from every part of the creative economy to put this on, right? We're paying curators, we're paying videographers, we're paying artists, designers, musicians, poets, hosts, and DJs, builders and fabricators. We're probably paying actors, entrepreneurs. We're feeding into the creative economy from all angles. From a mission standpoint, that is what makes this art fair different and this experience different from others in Indianapolis.
We're on the same caliber as these other states, as these other artists, that the talent is here. And our city needs to wake up, and other cities need to wake up to the talent that is here, and they're feeding that. And to say that an Ashley Nora piece is just as valuable, every year it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and there's more people flying from around the world because they want to see, just like Art Basel, they want to see what this is. And I think it's beautiful.
One of the artists said, "Thanks for the way that you invited me to participate. Thanks for inviting me, for one. And then thanks for the way you invited me. Now I know how to be treated." Butter has taught me how to be treated. And so the whole intention here is to tell both the artist and everyone else that they are the heroes of society.
Yeah.
And we got to treat them like that,
Yeah.
because they're the ones challenging hearts and minds.
Yep.
When people come into Butter, I want them to feel like they were thought of. You know, I want the artist and the audience to know that we've thought of you. We've thought of every element, you know, from when you get out of your car in the parking lot to when you leave this event. We've been very intentional about the experience and about how we can elevate the context around fine art made by Black people.
So even though it showcased Black artists, it's a welcoming event for all. There's so many more stories to be told. And I just feel like when you put 50 plus Black artists in one room, you're gonna get 50 plus stories.
For years, we were made to think that we were chasing something that we already are. We are the culture. You have carried that passion, that vigor, that message on your shoulders. It's evident in the work that you produce, and when you show up, you speak your mind through your artistry for the culture. This imagery is very necessary. We are very needed. You are the flavor, the energy, the oxygen that makes the world go round. You have used your voice to engage and inspire community through your art. Thank you for your courage, for your creativity, for your vulnerability. This is not an accident. This is for the culture.
Y'all look so good. Okay.